Why would a sitting president suddenly summon 76 party leaders, some flown in on chartered jets, into one room at the presidential villa days before a governorship election? This isn't a routine party meeting. It happened late at night. It followed a security intelligence report, and what leaders reportedly told the president inside that room points to a crack in his own party that nobody was supposed to see this close to election day. President Bola Tinubu summoned no fewer than 76 leaders of the All Progressives Congress from Osun State to the presidential villa in Abuja. This happened 6 days before Osun's August 15th governorship election. According to multiple sources who attended, speaking to journalists, not in an official press release, the meeting followed a report submitted directly to the president by National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu. Ribadu's report reportedly warned that several senior APC figures in Osun felt sidelined, excluded from the party's own campaign for its candidate, and that if left unaddressed, this discontent could cost the APC the election. Tinubu's response, according to those sources, was immediate. He called APC National Secretary Ademola directly and told him to identify and assemble the leaders who had been left out. The scale of the operation tells you how seriously this was treated. Chartered flights were arranged from Ibadan for most delegates. A smaller group, including former Senior Special Assistant Babajide Omorare, flew in from Lagos. Among those reported present, former House of Representatives Speaker Olubunmi Ete, former Osun Assembly Speakers Mojid Alabi, Adejare Bello, and Wali Afolabi, plus Shuaib Oyedoku, Poju Odusola, and Bode Olayimpekun. This is important. There has been no official APC or presidency press statement confirming the meeting's contents. Everything about what was said inside that room comes from unnamed sources who spoke to journalists afterward. That doesn't make it false. Multiple outlets independently reporting the same core details is a meaningful form of verification, but it means we're working from sourced accounts, not an official transcript. If you're new here, this is the Policy Pulse HQ. We follow the politics, the money, and the decisions behind the headlines, and we bring you the receipts. Subscribe, because we're going to be tracking every twist in this Osun race until election day. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because the number itself and who exactly was in that room tells you where the actual fault line in Osun APC sits. According to sources who attended, the central grievance raised was about federal appointments. Specifically, that appointments allocated to Osun had gone disproportionately to members of one political camp, leaders loyal to former governor and current Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Ademola Oyetola. The leaders reportedly told Tinubu directly that they had been excluded from decision-making in the party and from the ongoing campaign for APC's candidate Bola Oyebamiji, known by the nickname AMBO. Some observers interpret this as evidence of a real internal split between a Oyetola camp and other APC factions in Osun. Others may argue this is simply normal pre-election grumbling about patronage, magnified because Ribadu's report reached the president directly. There is no official confirmation from Oyetola, his camp, or the APC national leadership responding to these specific accusations. What we can say with confidence is only this: multiple sources independently describe the same specific complaint: exclusion from federal appointments and campaign decisions. Tinubu's own reported response adds another layer. He reportedly reminded the leaders of the APC's past losses in Osun, the 2022 governorship election and the 2023 general elections, and pointedly said, quoting one attendee's account, Oyetola had all the resources to win his re-election, but he couldn't use them. That's a striking line if accurately reported. A sitting president reportedly criticizing his own minister's past electoral performance in front of 76 party leaders days before another Osun election. It could not be independently verified beyond this single-sourced account, but it fits the broader pattern every outlet is reporting: real tension specifically pointed at Oyetola's camp. Let's step back for anyone who hasn't followed Osun closely. Governor Ademola Adeleke first won Osun in the 2022 governorship election, defeating then-incumbent Oyetola. He is now seeking re-election on August 15, 2026. Here's a detail worth being precise about because it's easy to get wrong. Adeleke is not running as PDP this time. He resigned from the PDP and contesting on the Accord party platform. According to Wikipedia's election summary, PDP did not present a candidate for this race at all. The APC candidate is Bola Oyebamiji, AMBO, currently Managing Director and CEO of the National Inland Waterways Authority. Adeleke's own explanation, given publicly, was that he left PDP specifically to avoid what he called being trapped, unable to secure his re-election bid within a party in national crisis. Osun PDP chairman Sunday Bisi speaking at a stakeholders meeting where the party effectively backed Adeleke's Accord run. Osun matters to the APC for a specific reason beyond just one governorship. It was an APC-held state that Tinubu's party lost in 2022, and losing it again twice in a row under a Tinubu presidency would be read nationally as a real embarrassment for the party heading towards 2027. A president doesn't usually personally intervene in a state governorship race by summoning 76 people to the villa at night. So why here? Why now? As APC's national leader, Tinubu has an obvious stake in every state his party contests. But the specific trigger reported here, an intelligence report from his own national security advisor, not a routine campaign update, suggests this wasn't planned party management. It was reportedly reactive, prompted by a warning that internal division could cost APC the seat. Analytically, that distinction matters. Routine party coordination looks like scheduled strategy meetings. An emergency late-night villa summons triggered by an NSA report looks like damage control on a fire the presidency didn't see coming until close to the deadline. Whether this reflects Tinubu's broader concern about APC's standing in the Southwest ahead of 2027 or is simply about not wanting to lose Osun specifically is analysis, not something either the presidency or APC has stated directly. Both readings are plausible from what's publicly known. Adeleke has been actively campaigning, projecting confidence. Speaking August 4 in Osogbo, he said, "With God on my side, I am confident of victory. If this election is free and fair, I will win." But his campaign has also raised serious security concerns. Adeleke publicly appealed to Tinubu directly, saying, "Mr. President, something is happening in Osun that you need to know. Our people are being killed. We will not accept any attempt to rig this election." His campaign spokesperson Pelumi Olajengbesi went further on June 23, accusing the APC of orchestrating political violence and accusing the State Police Command of selective enforcement, demanding intervention from the Inspector General of Police. Days before Tinubu's meeting with the 76 APC leaders, the EFCC directed that no withdrawals be made from Osun State's statutory allocation account as part of an investigation. The Osun State government denied wrongdoing, with its information commissioner accusing the EFCC of acting at former Governor Oyetola's instigation to frustrate payment of workers' palliatives. It has not been independently confirmed, and the EFCC has not, in available reporting, responded to that specific accusation. On the APC side, Adeleke has accused Oyetola and Oyebamiji of using federal influence to punish Osun residents for their 2022 vote. Separately, Edo State Governor Monday Ogbekmolo campaigned for APC in Osun on August 6, mocking Adeleke's public dancing and urging voters to take money from Accord Party but vote APC, a claim reported by Legit.ng from that campaign event. Strip away the party maneuvering for a second. Beyond APC and Accord, beyond Tinubu's villa meeting, what are Osun voters actually deciding on August 15? Adeleke's campaign message centers on his administration's record, what he describes as achievement in workers' welfare, healthcare, education, infrastructure, and agriculture, which he's called his strongest campaign message. Security has become a live issue in this specific race in a way that goes beyond normal campaign rhetoric. Both sides are accusing each other of violence, and reporting describes fear among Osun residents, with some avoiding wearing party colors amid politically linked killings. That's not a talking point. That's residents changing their behavior out of fear 6 days before they're supposed to vote. Let's lay out what's genuinely unresolved here. Why was this meeting necessary now, this specific week? The reported trigger is the Ribadu intelligence report, but why that report landed now, 6 days out, rather than weeks earlier, is not explained in available reporting. Is APC genuinely divided in Osun? Multiple independent sources describe real grievances centered on the Oyetola camp specifically. That's more than rumor. Whether it amounts to a structural party split or resolves once the appointment complaint is addressed remains to be seen. This is analysis, not confirmed fact. Can Tinubu's intervention actually change the outcome? Uncertain. A villa meeting can produce unity on paper without translating to unified ground mobilization by August 15. There's no polling or verified data available to say either way. How strong is Adeleke's actual base right now? His campaign is projecting confidence publicly and has visible support, including a high-profile appearance from his nephew, musician Davido, at an August 6th rally. Whether that translates to votes is again unverified until Election Day. What could swing undecided voters? Based on available reporting, security and fear appear to be live factors, potentially suppressing turnout regardless of which party benefits. What happens if APC loses Osun again? Analytically, back-to-back losses in a state under a sitting Tinubu presidency would likely be read as a significant embarrassment for the party. This is analysis, not something officially stated by APC. What happens if APC wins? It would validate Tinubu's direct last-minute intervention as the deciding factor, a precedent other APC governorship campaigns might expect the president to repeat. What do you think is really happening in Osun? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more Nigerian political stories broken down without the noise, subscribe to the Policy Pulse HQ. Watch for a few specific things between now and August 15. Whether Oyetola or his camp publicly responds to the appointment accusation raised inside that villa meeting. Silence versus a direct rebuttal will tell us how seriously ACP leadership is treating this internally. Whether INEC or security agencies respond formally to the violence accusations both campaigns are trading. Whether the EFCC's account freeze on Osun's statutory allocation is resolved, extended, or escalated before Election Day, and whether the EFCC responds to Adeleke's camp's claim that it's politically motivated. And simply, turnout. Given the reported fear factor, how many Osun residents actually show up on August 15 may say as much about this election as who they vote for. So, what does Tinubu's summoning 76 ACP leaders actually tell us about the state of the Osun election? Here's what we know. A real, specific, multiple-sourced grievance exists inside Osun ACP, centered on federal appointments going disproportionately to one camp. That grievance was serious enough to reach the president through his national security advisor, and serious enough that Tinubu responded not with a statement, but with a late-night chartered flight 76-person emergency meeting. Here's what we don't know. Whether that meeting actually resolved the grievance or just aired it, whether Oyetola's camp accepts the criticism reportedly leveled at them, and whether any of this changes actual voter behavior on August 15, because party leaders reconciling in Abuja and voters showing up in Osogbo are two very different things. What this meeting does tell us with more confidence is that ACP's national leadership does not consider Osun a safe seat right now. You don't summon 76 people on chartered flights 6 days out for a race you're confident about. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Tinubu's intervention can actually change the outcome in Osun, or is this simply an attempt to paper over a real ACP split before Election Day? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this breakdown useful, like this video, subscribe to the Policy Pulse HQ, and turn on notifications. We'll be following every development through August 15. Remember, don't just watch the headline. Follow the story, follow the money, follow the receipts.